Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining. It has been a while since I shared an update on the progress of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. There is a new development, and it clearly shows that although we don't hear much about it, if anything at all, there is a lot going on behind closed doors, and quite a bit of progress has been made since the beginning of this year. The European Union is moving toward the digital euro. You might recall that I previously shared Christine Lagarde's video in early spring. The head of the European Central Bank made the now notorious announcement stating that the digital euro would be launched by the end of this year. Yes, by the end of 2025. Well, the other day, the European Central Bank shared yet another update, which confirms that it's preparing to launch the central bank digital currency soon. I will remind you that a CBDC is fully controlled by the issuer, a central bank, and there are multiple capabilities and functionalities that may be turned on or turned off depending on the goals of the issuer. One of such functionalities that I personally find very concerning is the expiry date, which may not actually allow you to save your money past that predetermined date set by a central bank. A CBDC also enables the central bank to track every single transaction, every single move that you make, and additionally, it allows it to sanction someone, not to allow you to use your digital money effectively if they choose to do so. If, for example, you don't comply with certain rules. There are many videos on my channel on this topic with more details if you're new to it. Now, on May the 5th, the European Central Bank announced its plans to partner with the private sector to explore the digital euro. This partnership is going to be based on a new initiative. So they're actually launching a brand new platform for this. And it is going to be called the Digital Euro Innovation Platform. The innovation platform isn't just a digital test bed or a sandbox. It is a large-scale collaborative ecosystem that is designed to bring together around 70 market participants, from fintech companies to startups to banks to merchants and payment service providers. So this is going to be a full scope of anything that a customer may need that a person uses on a daily basis. The ECB said that interest in the program has been overwhelming, according to them, after a call for participation that was made in October of 2024. The ECB says that it received over 100 applications, and so from those 100 applications, about 70 organizations and companies were selected by the ECB directly to collaborate. So it does sound like there are many willing businesses across the EU to get on board with CBDCs. Think of the scale of this rollout. There will be no alternatives once it is fully launched, once the CBDC, the digital euro, is launched. No alternatives whatsoever. Lagarde has stated that cash might be used, might be available, but let's be honest, the majority of us already use cards anyway, and we don't really carry cash. I know some people do, but the majority of us doesn't. And so it is unlikely that cash will be back in demand, especially given that many people are not aware of how a CBDC is different from, let's say, a credit card. Unfortunately, I also discussed this in my previous videos on this subject, and those videos are available here on my channel. So what the ECB is doing right now via this new innovation platform is effectively testing the digital euro, a CBDC payment functionality. They're developing new use cases, and look at this. They're actually telling it like it is. They're telling it without any sugarcoating. They're saying that they're gaining an understanding how the digital euro could become an integral part of everyday European life. So there you have it. It is coming, and there's really not much say that we have in this process. It's going full steam. The ECB divides all participants into two work streams, the pioneers, and the second stream is called the visionaries. It sounds so futuristic, doesn't it? It's almost as if this is straight out of a movie or something. So let's break this down. The pioneers are focused on the technical side of the issue. They're exploring things like conditional payments, which are transactions that only happen when certain conditions are met. For example, a payment is released automatically when your online order is delivered, or rent that only gets paid once the keys are handed over to you, okay? So using a simulated digital euro framework, these participants are in the process of integrating ECB-provided tools, digital tools like APIs and test interfaces, user interfaces, into their own platforms. As we speak, they're doing this as we speak. This is happening. It is a test run. And what's their goal, you may ask? Well, their goal is to discover how digital euro payments can be seamlessly embedded into daily transactions that you make across Europe. That's what they're doing. Now, at the same time, the second group, I mentioned there were two groups, the pioneers, and the second group are the visionaries. The so-called visionaries are taking an even broader view. They're researching how the digital euro can actually solve real-world challenges, real-world tasks like digital financial inclusion. And this is, of course, a very convenient selling point to make. It sounds like a direct benefit to you when, in fact, it is a threat. A CBDC is a threat to our civil liberties and our freedoms, since the issuer, and therefore the government, will have access to every single transaction that you make. They will have access to it. They will have the ability to track it. And so what if you support a cause that goes against the official narrative, that goes against their policies? Think about students that are being arrested right now for protesting. Soon they will know what each one of those students actually spend their money on. So this is what this is what the system will enable them to do. The ECB is working on a CBDC digital euro wallet, by the way, which reportedly anyone would be able to open. So they do want this to be available to everybody. You don't really need a bank account to have a digital wallet. The visionaries group will share the results of their activities, of their tests, in a series of workshops with the ECB. And reportedly, those workshops are going to take place this month in May of 2025. ECB Executive Board member commented, "The breadth and creativity of the proposals highlight the digital euro's potential as a catalyst for financial innovation and a way to enhance the European payment experience." So what happens now? The findings, or in other words, the results of what the visionaries and the pioneers are working on at this time, those will be published in an ECB report later this year. It should come out later this year, and this report will play a key role in shaping the future of the digital euro. It will guide ECB policy. It will potentially guide the EU policy on basically trade and economic transactions. It will inform infrastructure, and it will also possibly lay the foundation for a public rollout in the coming years. As the ECB is engaging directly with the private sector now, meaning businesses that consumers interact with directly on a daily basis, the digital euro moves from a remote possibility, the scary idea, to a tangible goal with a real set launch date. So how do you feel about CBDCs? Leave a comment below. I would love to get your thoughts on this. I would love to hear from you. If you are in the EU, I know I have many subscribers who are in Europe and in the EU. I would love to hear from you as well. Please let us know how you feel about this. What do you hear in your country about this? If anything at all, we'd love to hear from you. So drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to show your support. It does matter. It goes a long way. Like, subscribe, and share. For more content, make sure that you check out my alternative social media channels. Become a subscriber at worldaffairsandcontext.com. It is my Substack. I would love to see all of you there. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.